Monday, and I'm excited as always. So I've got my sister Crystal here and Shannon, and my plan is for us to do a little bit of breathing, do the Wim Hof, and I'm also going to show you some of the oils, how to use them for facial tension. And what brought that about is I have a friend who wanted me to help her teach she's got the Gua Sha tools or plates. There's different shaped ones for different ways to get at the muscles throughout your whole body, but she was specifically teaching it for the face. And how I wanted to contribute was using the oils to release emotion from your face. And she really liked that. Her yoga class really liked it. So I was going to share with you guys because we have these oils. So why not, use them with intention and purpose? Because we're all about releasing the emotion, and who doesn't want to just take 10 years off their face and look less stressed out and less adult, right? So, but how are you guys? Shannon, did you have anything you wanted to share? Recovery wins or thoughts or questions?
Definitely. I do have a kind of a question, because something that I realized this weekend was how can I put it in words? It really was a big revelation. I just noticed a lot of the ways that I feel like when I'm insecure or doubting myself and all of that. I realized that it's like a lot of like other people's issues. It's not really me. And all these years, I've been thinking something was wrong with me. And I just realized, and it's like I didn't want to be judgmental of other people. Now that I have this revelation that it's not me, it's you. No, but I was concerned about being cocky or arrogant now, because I'm like, wait a minute, like now that I'm listening, I'm like, wow, that's really that person. That's not my, so that's something that that's like a big revelation. It really freed me up, but I was concerned that I was starting to be a little more arrogant or a little more like, you have a problem. And I didn't want that to happen either.
Yeah, it is interesting, right? Do you want my input?
I would love your input, please. So this is a brand new revelation. I'm telling you, I've been wondering why. Like, I'm okay when I'm by myself, but why when I start interacting, I just feel like I'm like losing my mind. But I think that's what the problem is.
So does it feel like you're picking up like empathically their feelings, and then you're like wondering if it's yours?
Yes, but even more, they actually, the way some of them relate to me, they're just very critical of me and my actions, and everything is questioned. So, but I'm like, that's your thing. Like, wait a minute, so it's kind of that too. It's not just me picking up, but it's more so them like putting their stuff like it's mine. Like that's the thing that's really what's going on.
Oh, okay. So it's like the objectifying where they're putting their stuff out. So maybe this is an interesting thought, because this is kind of what's going on with me in my life too, is that the relationships we choose to keep, that we figure out what are the boundaries that we need for each of those people, so they understand, like, I'm not your dumping ground.
Mm.
And I know that I'm your safe person because you love me the most, but that doesn't mean you can treat me like crap.
Right.
Like, is that kind of what you're talking about?
Yeah, and I think I've been learning it about boundaries, and I've been doing really good. But I think where it's hard is like when it's my sister. Like that's the thing. Like, because I've been like, okay, don't need this energy around. But because I work for my sister 20 hours a week, that's the main person. But it's usually like my sisters. It's normally people like close like that, that if they weren't my sister, I would say, okay, out of my life. But learning how to deal with when it's your sister that you love so much, that's what was making it a little tougher.
Well, I think this is a great thing to bring up. So what I would do, and I'm gonna do this too, because I got people close to me that I've got like lots of muddy boundaries. So I think if we can make a list of what that person is emotionally capable of, because they're like, if they're just not capable of it, because that's just not where they're at, then we can release that expectation of them.
Mhm.
Because if we've tried and tried again to get them to meet that expectation we have of them and they're just not there, then it's really our problem.
Mm.
So this is one of those times where I feel like the spirit speaking through me, because this is advice that I need in my own life.
Mm.
So I'm really glad you asked.
But thank you. That's very helpful.
I'm sure you feel the same when, someone asks you for something and then you say it and you're like, yeah, it's kind of what I need to do.
So true.
So if we are, and then what also that creates safety when we have those boundaries in place, then now we can feel safer that, maybe the things that we were allowing to be too vulnerable, we allowed those people to hurt us because we had those expectations and we weren't clear about our boundaries. Then because there's just certain things that we can't trust with somebody if they can't meet that need.
Mhm.
Is anything coming to mind to help clarify that? Or
That makes perfect sense. I've been I've been like dealing with peace because what I realize is I'm peaceful and I'm at peace. It's just when those boundaries, when I allow that to happen, that's when I need adaptive and I'm like, ah. But I said, wow, I'm going to remind myself that I'm at peace. This is a reminder of really what my nature really is. So that's a kind of a revelation on another way to use peace, to remind myself of this is me. Anything outside of this is other energies. So
yeah, and I think as we build our self-esteem and our self-image of who we know we are, then when someone says the otherwise, it's easier to be like, no,
right,
that's not it.
true.
That's you, not me. Well, I'm glad you brought that up because that helped me too,
Thank
Shannon.
Can I
you for
can
letting
I
me
say an
share.
oil that I like about what you were talking about, Shannon?
Please.
Oh, I love rose, like the rose rollerball, and it just really lifts me up. And when I'm feeling like stressed out, or I had a conversation with someone that's like close to me, and I'm upset, I'm like, oh, I sometimes I get hives on my neck, so it's like actually like it's like the visceral, like it's coming out externally, and
Mm.
and so I'll rub it like on like that area, and it's usually around my neck like this. I don't know. But anyways, I just feel like, and then it just snaps me out of it. Like, what, I don't have to worry about that. Like, that's that person. You know what I mean? Like, I'll pray for them. But like, whatever. So and also breathe. Sometimes I'll pair it. Like I'll put rose on here, and then I'll put like the breathe touch too on my chest. And then it's like I kind of like feel like not like I'm like pushing my body and like I'm like I can take a deep breath. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's just something I thought about when you
Thank
said
you.
that.
Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing. Appreciate it.
I like that. I've never put breathe and rose together. Now I'm curious. I gotta go grab, I think I've got breathe right over there. Hey, Deidre. Hold on. Oy. I already rolled the rose on, so now I'm gonna do breathe. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That does it. Good job. Okay. Well, do you guys want to hear the facial tension thing that I wrote out?
I would love Yeah, because I actually have a couple of those things that came with something, and I was trying to look online on how to use them. So,
Yeah. So I got do you have the one that has these little wings, or you have the one that looks like a butterfly?
I believe the one I have has the wings.
The little wing? Okay, well, that's good. Do you have this, Deidre, somewhere?
I don't. I was waiting for them to come out on the marketplace, and for some reason they didn't. So,
Well, if you go on Amazon, get the porcelain one. Because this
okay.
one is a stone one, and it's meant for the body, and then the porcelain one is meant for the face. I think if you got the pink one, the pink quartz, or this one's jade, that's also softer. But
I have a friend that sells essential oils, and no, she sells, I'm sorry, she still sells natural stone jewelry and all kinds of stuff. And she had rose quartz one on her table, and I pick it up and look at it and put it down. And so I'll have to see if she has one.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about ordering a bunch of them, but my beautiful friend in Brooklyn, New York, she was teaching this live with a big group of class yesterday, and then I got to just be like, on Zoom and watch her do it. I wish I was there in person, but we'll see. So you keep it in a cup of ice with water, so it's like ice water, and then it becomes really cold. So you can do it in the morning, and she gives a routine. So you want to use the facial toner to get your face really wet. So I have the Virage. I'll just show you real fast. Had to make sure that it wasn't gonna like fire hose me. There we go. Okay. So what she did was she started with at the lip right here, the line. You know how we have that that muscle right here when we frown? So she puts it at the lip, and she says to use the type of pressure that if there was water on top of Jello, that you're just scraping it off. So very light pressure. And then you move it up toward where the muscle attaches at the ear right here. And you just hold pressure. So it's this very light, like gliding water off of Jello. And then you go next to the nose. So right here, you'll feel a bone if you put your finger. And you go like that, and then you can glide. I need more to make sure it's really wet. So my mom actually does this in the shower. So it wouldn't be cold if you did it then, but at least you would be able to get it done. And then you come up to the ear again. So it's very gentle. I like the feeling. And I'll get that little point kind of at that spot by your ear that's really tight. That's really great for like TMJ people. And then she goes right inside the nose right here. And she holds there. And it's kind of a lift. And then you scrape over the eyebrow and then over like that. And then you can take your plate and you go under and you lift the eyebrow. So for you, if you're doing it with hands, then you kind of just squeeze your eyebrow and you'll feel like, oh my gosh, that's really tense. You feel it? And you squeeze all the way to the end. But look at, I just did this side of my face. Look at the lift. Do you see it? It's like this side is like a cat. Crazy, right? I just did this little thing. It's like we can get and then you take the inside, the moon part, and you lift the lines. So if you're doing it with your hands, she said to put your hands up like this, put your shoulders in the pocket, and then bring your hands together in prayer, and then use your thumbs, and you just kind of rest your head. I've got it on the two inside parts of my eyebrow, and you just lean forward and take a breath. And then you can drag, kind of like you're smoothing out the lines as you go all the way up to your hairline. And you could do that 3 times. And breathe. You can feel, I can feel the little spots where I've been holding tension. And then one thing she did, she said, make scissors. And then you use the scissors to smooth, very light, all the way out. So my finger goes underneath my earlobe and at the top of my ear, and then you push back. And you can feel that release in your jaw. I think it's a nice thing to be able to do. So just knowing this one and this one, and then you do the points with the thingy. And then what I did is, let me share my screen. Share screen. And I can share the PDF with you guys if you want. Was I made a list of the oils that go with the face and releasing tension. And then I added the affirmations. So where I got those affirmations from was the essentialemotions.com on their website. They have the cards that go with all the oils. And it has the affirmation, like for serenity, it's I take time to rest, relax, and rejuvenate. So I like this deck that I got from them. But if you had Aroma Touch, you know, I just put the instructions on how to use it. I will do this after I get a shower. I'll take a couple of drops and I'll just massage it into my scalp. And that feels so amazing, especially if you tend to hold tension in your face and your neck and your head. And then you would use the affirmation, I move in harmony. I move in harmony with the flow of life. Which makes sense for somebody who holds head tension, because they're like, I can do everything. I don't trust anyone to do it. I'm going to do it myself. So, and what I like that she did with this little knobbin part right here is, right, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'll show you when I get back. The little wing part of that gua sha tool is you kind of comb your hair with it. So I like that these are all here. So I did peppermint, frankincense, serenity, deep blue, copaiba, tea tree, lavender, Siberian fir, rose, neroli, and yarrow palm. So I will share that with you guys so that you have it. This is let me put myself on spotlight. This little part right here, the wing part, that was the part that she kind of picked up and she would pull back and then kind of, because this part, this muscle right behind at the top of your ear is actually where you hold that tension line in this temporal bone down through the jaw. So just in case you guys needed to know that information. So I think it's a good time to do the Wim Hof. So I'll share my screen again. Where did he go? Oh, it's right there. So I picked the beginner's one. So it has you breathe 30 breaths in and out. And then at the end, you'll hold your breath for 30 seconds. And then he gives you a 15-second inhale, and then it starts again. So we'll do 2 rounds. So I'm going to play it right now. If you want to put yourself to stop your video, so that way you're not like on recording, like breathing weird.
Breathe it. Breathe
Let me
out.
start it over.
Hi guys, welcome. This is a guided breathing session. Relax.
We can't see,
Lie down, sit
Oh, you
down.
can't see it?
What-
I just see the PDF.
Oh, okay. Let me go back. So I'll share screen again. Okay, can you see it now? Yeah? Okay, all right, here we go.
Six, relax. Are you ready? Here we go. Round number 1. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Just go with the flow of the breath. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like a wave. Make it circular. Fully in and letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. Ten more. Fully in, let it go. Five more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Fully in and let go. All right. 30 seconds breath hold from now on. Be in this moment. Let the body do what the body is capable of doing. Be aware of your heartbeat. Slow it down and just be in this moment. Okay, recovery breath in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Round number 2. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like a wave. Make it circular. Fully in and letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. Ten more. Fully in, let it go. Nice, deep, circular breaths. Five more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Fully in. And on the exhale, stop. 1 minute breath hold from now on. Feel, become aware of your body. If your hands and feet are tingling, or you feel your body temperature is changing, that's okay. You're doing fantastic. If you need to breathe before I give the cue, that's okay. You are almost there. Do you want to prolong your breath hold? Pause the video now and continue when you feel the urge to breathe. When you're ready, fully in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Round.
So that was 2 rounds. How do you guys feel? I love using the oils first and then doing the breathing. I feel like it sets the stage for allowing my body to release what it needs to. So that's what I like about pairing the essential oils with the breathing technique. When I do it alone, it's still really great. But if I do the oils with it, it makes me feel like I'm honing in on exactly what my body needs to let go of. So we did in the beginning, Michelle, you weren't here. You came in when the breathing, but we did rose and breathe first. Well, I did upon my sister Crystal's recommendation. So that would be a good thing to do is, breathe right before you breathe. Especially if you had a sauna. That would be nice. So, Deidre, did you have a check-in? I know you came in when we were talking. If you have something you want to share or you think would be.
Well, I've been sick in bed for 3 days. And
Oh.
last night when my son came home, the house was dark. No dogs went to greet him. And he immediately came upstairs to see how I was doing. Came in like 3 times. Like, is there anything I can get you? Which is, I've always been like the server, and it made me feel good that he did that. So, and even this morning is like, how are you? He gave me hugs. It just sometimes in daily life you just wonder how much, if they care. And so it was nice that he wanted to take care of me, basically. Kind of closed a little loop there. But yeah, my voice is all weird after that breathing. I felt kind of fuzzy and spacey, I haven't had respiratory stuff. My whole body ached and I was just resting. I slept. And so it was kind of, I don't know, it's probably what my lungs needed after laying in bed for, 3 days. But I was using Adaptive, and I've been diffusing frankincense and vetiver. I think, is that what you used when you had like the COVID, was the vetiver? And
Oh, there was many things.
well, I've been drawn to that for like the last 3 or 4 days. It's like all of a sudden it was like it appeared. And so I started diffusing it. So maybe that's why I'm hoping this is gone. I just hate not doing anything for 2 or 3 days, but when I feel like that, I just rest. I let my body do what it's trying to tell me to do. You know, I'm fortunate I can do that. So, anyway, I felt good about my son's response, and it was just because I guess I'm always like there before he even has a chance to give back. And it was kind of funny. He goes, "Do you need anything?" I was like, "I need food." And I just didn't want to go downstairs, and there was nothing that I could think of with leftovers that I wanted. And he went downstairs. He took his usual like 3-hour nap, and he came up, and he's so quiet. He like touched me and scared the heck out of me. It was like 10:30 at night, and like, I don't want to eat now. So, but anyway, it was kind of funny that he came up and he got water for me, and he put some On Guard in it for me. And it was just really, really nice to see him give back. And it goes back to expectations, right? And I constantly have to wheel myself in. And I realize that I try to do things for people. I'm serving people all the time, whether they want it or not. And that could probably be kind of annoying, because then they feel like they maybe owe me something. You know what I mean? It's off balance is what it is. And so it's not that I have to stop doing anything for anybody, but maybe I'll ask them first if they want me to do a certain thing before I just put it in front of them. So that's kind of what I'm learning.
That's, you know, it sucks when we get sick, but it is nice when people show up. So are you going to tell him how it felt?
I guess I should.
Yeah, reaffirm it. Thank you so much. That made me feel loved
What?
when I was hurting, and you know, because then he knows, like, oh yeah, mom likes it.
No, I did actually last night. I did thank him for coming up and checking on me, and so I'll just have to do it again today. But of course, before he left, he goes, "Mom, don't forget to call Verizon, because we're not getting Hulu, and we should." Right? It was so
Yeah.
funny.
Well, but they can't let him talk on the phone. You know those Verizon people.
I know. They hardly let the customer talk on the phone. You have to go
My
through
husband
3
and I-
passwords that you never know.
Well, I'm glad you're on the mend. I was thinking about grabbing my Essential Life book to see what, if I think vetiver is respiratory or but it has I kind of want to, so I'm looking at this book here, the Essential Life. Let's see. How do I,
Oh, that one. Yeah.
can you see me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay,
I was looking for my book.
let me see here. So they do have the app for this, but it is interesting to check in with both the Essential Emotions book and this book here. Okay. I'm looking at here. What's funny is it says it's well, the top properties, it's a stimulant, a tonic, a sedative, and antiseptic. So it is, you know, immunostimulant. Oh, it boosts your immune system. Vermifuge. I don't know what vermifuge means. Does anyone know that? I'm gonna have to look that up. And rubificient. I don't know what vermifuge or rubificient means. So I'm gonna have to look those up. But it is an immunostimulant, and it's antiseptic, and it's a tonic. When it says tonic, I know that means it's a blood cleanser. So interesting.
So I'm trying to figure out how to make my own whisper. They don't have it in a bottle anymore. They only have it as a roll-on. And I just love Whisper, and I'm gonna have to try to make my own, but there are ingredients in it that aren't available to us, like vanilla absolute. I don't know if that came out in.
Well, you could use
below
regular, they came out with a vanilla essential oil that would actually make it better.
the Madagascar vanilla.
Yeah, just use that. That would make it even better. You'd have like the Whisper 2.0. Because in Whisper, there's patchouli, bergamot, Hawaiian sandalwood, rose, vanilla bean, absolute, jasmine, cinnamon bark, vetiver, labadum, which you could, because labadum is a cousin of lavender, so you could substitute that. Cocoa bean, we don't have that, and lang lang, but I think it'd be fine without the cocoa bean. That's really the only one that it would just be slightly different. Maybe I'll try and do it today and I'll see if I can come up with a similarity. I have a pretty dang good nose. I think you do too, though.
To a certain extent.
Yeah.
That's a mom thing.
So Michelle, did you have anything you'd like to share? Usually, I know you had issues getting in before, but when we come in, this is an open share. You can kind of just, if you would like us to listen or if you'd like feedback, that's part of kind of my group norms, is that when you do share something, try to identify what your needs are, if you would like feedback or if you just like to get it off your chest. Or if you just want to talk about the oils that you've been using. I call that a recovery win. That's when we have identified a pattern in our life or an emotion that hasn't been serving us. And then we use, our awareness and essential oils to help, change the pattern. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. No, I don't have anything. Unfortunately, I just came in at the breathing exercises, so I was just happy to get in this time.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'll do? Let's see, do you have my phone number?
No, I don't.
Okay, let me put it in the chat and then
Okay.
text me and I'll send you the breathing video and then I'll send
Oh,
you,
great.
because what we did is we went over Wim Hof, but we also did the facial tension essential oils and the emotions, with the affirmation to release the emotion from your face.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Okay,
'Cause you know
great.
how like when you have that look on your face and then you're like, God, I
Yeah.
look upset or I look angry or, that makes me think of that movie Grumpier Old Men.
Oh, yeah.
Like I want to like release the emotion, but also like release it from my face. So
Uh-huh. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's perfect.
yeah,
Thank
so
you.
I wrote it, but I can't take credit for how beautiful the format of this looks because I had a friend do it for me. I was like, can you make it look pretty? And I was just like blown away how pretty she made it.
I need your friend. I do.
Oh
I'm the
gosh, she's
same way.
amazing. I'm like, why can't everyone? She's a Pinterest miracle.
Oh, a Pinterest person. Yeah.
Oh, and
Always.
Canva. She knows how to use Canva. I just can't. I mean, I've used it a little, but people that know how to do something in like 5 minutes, I'm like, how do you? It would have
Take me
taken.
5 hours. 5 hours.
Those people are worth their weight in gold.
Yes, they are. They really are. That's just not nope.
Here, I'll share my screen real quick so you can see that page.
Does she have anything for the neck?
Yeah. Well, you know what I used as a reference was, here, let me grab my books here. Where'd they go? So I used this one here, the Essential Emotions, or let me stop share. I used this one to look everything up. And then I used this one. Do you have the Louise Hay? Oh, you didn't mean tension, huh? Did you mean just appearance like décolletage? Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask her to do a I think you're muted, Deidre. my friend Cami Fung, she is a amazing person. She's a yoga instructor in Brooklyn, New York. So I'm gonna get her to do this class again. But what she did with her little tool is you have to have a lot of oil though. So I had created a face oil, and it was with if you've got straight yarrow and then mix it with a carrier oil, and then I added rose to mine. So if you had an empty bottle like this one and you want to make a face oil, I did half yarrow, and then I did half rose hip oil. But you could use doTERRA's this one here. Like, where is it? I just saw it up here. Where did it go? Well, you know that sensitive carrier oil? Did you guys get that? I think around Christmas time, the sensitive one. Do you have it, Shannon? It came in a bottle like this.
Yes, I did get.
You could just use that, use a little bit of yarrow and a little bit of that, and it'll get the right consistency, and put it all over your face and all over your neck. Because when you use this tool and you're going to be dragging it, you don't want to, if it's not slimy enough, then you're going to get like that, like rug burn thing. Like where the red drag, like a hickey drag, you don't want that. So it has to be wet enough. But I'm going to get her to do the class again because she did a really amazing job. So I'll make sure you guys get that information. But I'm really glad you guys came. And, you know, it's just special these Mondays where we get to be in a safe place and talk about what we're working through and how to use our holistic natural tools on this journey to bettering ourselves and breaking the patterns of our genealogy.
Mm.
You guys have a beautiful day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank
Better,
you.
Deidre.